Hey friends, I want to welcome you to our live today, but I just want to let you know right out the gate, this isn't just a normal live. This isn't just me talking and filling you in on what's going on. No, actually, I have an incredible person who's going to be joining us today. And I really think that today is a holy interruption for some of us. It's a divine setup for sure. And it absolutely is the power of testimony. It's the power of story, and it's the power of what God is doing in real time. And so I just want you to come prepared. I just want you to settle in, whether you're catching this live or in replay, that know that God is so for you and that there's some kingdom gold here for you. So I just want you to settle in. She will be joining me here in just 1 second. And so you know what? She's already here. So let me introduce her so that we don't miss any moments of this. And that is my dear friend, Vanessa. She has been working with me for quite a while and has been a part of Blessed to be a Blessing. And so we want to talk about Blessed to be a Blessing coaching community, but more than that, we actually want to talk about what God's been doing in her world and how all of these pieces have come together for her and how this is walking out in real time. And just her sharing not only her story, but really giving God some serious glory, and how does it walk it out practically? And so we're going to get into that. So let me go grab our. All right, it says we're good. Let's see. Maybe it just takes a second. Hey, there it is. Hello, my friend.
Hello, hello. This is all a very new experience for me.
Oh, fine. Not the testimony part, the going live on Instagram part, right? Yeah.
That's the part, yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I'm so glad this worked today. Just so everybody knows, Miss Vanessa's in the UK, and I'm in Canada. And so what I love about this, and as Canadians, I know we want to know, Miss Vanessa, where do you live? What is your normal? What's your quick story?
My quick story is I live on a narrowboat and we cruise the canals during summertime and then we moor up in a marina in wintertime, but I permanently live on a narrowboat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my normal at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really fascinating. So I encourage you go follow Vanessa because they share a lot. Like you're like, what's a narrowboat? If you're Canadian, you're like, or maybe even Americans too. What's a narrowboat? Go follow Vanessa, even just for that. The imagery is fabulous and where they are is fabulous. So, anyways, I just wanted to put a plug in for that before we get to anything else, which is so fun. So, thanks for being here, my friend. And I'm really looking forward to our conversation because I love what God's done in your life and I love what He's doing in your life. And I adore you. And I know that your story is somebody else's story too. And so, thank you again for being here.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah, awesome. So go ahead, Miss Vanessa, share a little bit about like what God has had on your heart for so much of your life and how He is unlocking that now in real time. Because I know a lot of us women in the stage and age that we often feel a bit hidden. We feel like there's delay. We feel like God hasn't like come through completely the way we have. Maybe we've had prophetic words, etc., that has kind of positioned us in a place of waiting. And yet at the same time, we know full well that things are going to come to pass. And so, can you speak to that? Because you have such an incredible testimony of all of those things.
Okay. So basically I met Wendy through another entrepreneurship group, and we were in the same small group, and we got to know each other there, and God had been speaking to me for quite some time, just about who I am in Him. And through that, he helped me to pull together a Discovering the Real Me workshop. But I knew that was just, I knew who I was, but I wasn't very confident or very sure of what my next step in that was. And yes, I ran some workshops, but in that essence, I still was a little bit unsure of basically my confidence in doing that. And so Wendy and I got speaking through this other group, and I discovered that she has a mentoring, the Blessed to be a Blessing mentoring and coaching. And we sat talking about that quite some time because I just knew that I wasn't stuck per se, but I wasn't moving anywhere, if that's a thing. but but yeah, so I joined. I think at first I wanted to join straight away. There wasn't any like hesitation in wanting to join, but I think for me, because I wasn't earning any money, the financial thing became a thing. But I'm still at this moment in time, in reality, not earning any money, but God has provided the finance for me to join Wendy in the inner circle and to be able to grow. I think I've been there a year now. I think June. I think June I joined last year. And I just think that my perspective of lots of things have shifted. I know I've up leveled in lots of places. I've become more aware of things that um, that I was aware of but not clarified in. So I think, and the beauty of it for me, the thing that I like about being part of Wendy's Blessed to be a Blessing is the fact that every week, no matter what it is, no matter if it's the mentoring, no matter if it's the prayer, no matter if it's the entrepreneurship, no matter if it is the soul care, every single time we get together, God says something that is relevant to the moment,
Yeah.
to what I'm dealing with, either in that month, in that week, in that day, whatever it is. He speaks to me about it, and he brings clarity to whatever I'm facing. And then on top of that, the fact that there's a few of us that actually go on live together, the community and the friendship and the support, it's not like anything else that I've experienced before. We really are there for one another. We really hold one another up. But I think the beauty of it is, versus other mentorships that I've been in fellowship with, let's put it that way. Yeah, you always hesitant in those ones. You're always hesitant to ask a question, because then you think, well, I used to think, maybe you don't, but I used to think, well, if I ask a question, then I'm going to have to pay for that person to answer that question. Whereas here, everything's incorporated. Do you know what I mean? We ask one another questions, and if it isn't Wendy that's giving an answer, it could be Kim, it could be whoever's online with us at the time, but there's always an answer. And if there isn't, then it just means that you've got to go out away and you've got to dig a little bit deeper into yourself, into what God is saying to you. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, especially living on a narrowboat where there's no community, we don't go to a local church because there isn't, because we're on the move all the time. Whereas every Monday and every second Tuesday in the month, I have community. I have people around me that see me, that don't judge me, that help me to grow and become everything that God's speaking to me. They also encourage me. Do you know what I mean? But there's also things that Wendy will say, and I'll think, oh, that's a little bit, I need a bit the correction here. Okay, Lord, just hold on, because that's what it's about. It's not always easy. It's not always pleasant in the fact of when you're hearing the truth. But then that's your responsibility to take that truth and then apply it. It's not like Wendy comes with a big stick and says, you have to change, It's nothing like that at all. It's just the Holy Spirit saying, can you hear what Wendy's saying? That's what I want for you, to be able to grow. That's what I want. That's the pruning that I want in your life right now, so that you can produce more fruit. That is what I want in your life right now. It might be difficult. You might have to die to self, but this is what I want. And I think the thing that I've found that is, when we open and honest with one another, there's so much more support in our lives. It's like you can't wait to get to a Monday, because you don't know what's been happening in people's lives, and you just want to hear what's been happening in their lives, because you just know that there's so much that God has been doing. So yeah, so I think if anybody is watching this, if anybody is thinking about joining, don't think, just do it. Just do it. Because I'm telling you, once you do it, and once you get, for the amount of finance that you pay every month, um I think Wendy gives 100%, 1,000% more than what it's, the amount that you're paying is, you're getting 1,000% more than what you could actually afford. If Wendy truly had to charge us, I think per hour, per half an hour, whatever it is, like some what you call them, psychologists and things do, I think we'd be bankrupt. But I think the amount that Wendy charges us for the amount of time and the amount of, if you take it every Monday, bar one, we've got at least 2 hours. If you buy the full package, you've got 2 hours every Monday, bar one, and then you've got, which actually the Tuesday replaces it. So you could basically say once a week for 2 hours, you get quality time, you get input, and you get guidance by the Holy Spirit, because that's what happens. Do you know what I mean? And it's always spot on. It's always spot on. So, is there any other questions you wanted to ask me?
That's so
I think that was
good.
it.
That's so good. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you for Vanessa. It's so awesome. God is that good, right? He's that good. And that's why I'm like, lean in, y'all, lean in, because what God is doing in someone else's life is available for each and every one of us. He is not a respecter of persons. He's the one that unlocks us all. And to step into that, all it takes is a yes. And so when Vanessa said yes, it on there, like, she is so humble in what she's speaking to, of what she's accomplished. I want to give some glory to God for what God has done in Miss Vanessa's life. She has created things that have been in her heart for years to create. She has written so many books and has published 3 already, all in within a year. Within a year, y'all. So what's on your heart to do? What's on your heart to create? What's on your heart? What's inspiring you? What are you passionate about? Who are you passionate about for? Because everything that Vanessa does is always in service. That's her normal natural. She's such a faithful woman. And out of the overflow of that, God is way beyond more even faithful to her, in that he has been birthing this for so long that by the time she put her hand to the plow, whenever all the things was like, in like, just, it happens pretty quick. So as much as we, if you feel like you've been delayed, if you feel like you've been waiting, if you feel like, oh, I'm getting too old, did I pass it? Did I miss it? The reality is, the answer is no. God can kairos anything. So Miss Vanessa is an incredible testimony of faithfulness. She's an incredible testimony of a kingdom powerhouse, like, for real. And also what God can do kairosing from a yes. And so not only go hang out with Miss Vanessa on Instagram, Facebook, all the beautiful places, you're gonna be glad you did, but also go to Amazon and Google her name, or not Google, Amazon her name, search her name, and you will find the books that she has already published. These are powerful, my friends, and they are like, if you give yourself a gift, just give yourself a gift and order those for yourself, order them for your girlfriends, order them for your beloveds, because honestly, what God can do with a simple yes, with one encounter, what God can do with one encounter, and she sets you up for that in each and every book she has written, every course she's creating, how she's putting it together in this building stage. So that piece is what God's got Vanessa's heart to right now, and the kingdom assignment on her life. But there's even more. There's even more. I could talk for hours about who she is, and just what she does and how she's helped so many people. So as much as she mentioned, as much as I'm not making money now, honestly, we know that the wealth of the kingdom is more than finance. And she is a walking testimony of it. Man, if she could get paid equal, if she could get paid for every offering she makes, for every gift she gives, for every word of wisdom, for every encouragement, my goodness, plus so much more, she would be the wealthiest woman on the planet. For real. Like so abundant, so rich. And this is who you get to hang out with and blessed to be a blessing. So if you have been sitting on the fence, you've been watching, you've been leaning in, you've been looking, maybe you've gone to the website already, maybe you've looked, you're wondering what's the difference of the three, etc. If you're sitting on the fence on this, or if you're watching it for the first time and going, oh my gosh, where have y'all been? Come on in.
Mm.
You can go to blessedtobeablessing.ca. Founding member pricing is on right now, and that pricing will be shifting. So take advantage of it now and get into which one layer, because there's three options, which way you want to come in. Okay. So again, if you got questions about that, please DM me. And if you want me to pray alongside of your decision, if you're sitting on the fence of that, if you're like, I don't know, I'm not sure, don't sit alone in that. The enemy loves confusion and he loves to give you more of it. So don't sit in confusion. Get clarity so you can make a choice. Okay. So yes or no, but make a choice. And so I want to invite you. If this sounds like your place, if this sounds like the women you want to hang out with, like Vanessa and myself, plus more, then absolutely blessed to be a blessing.ca. Also linked in every bio, also available in a DM. So take advantage of that and come hang out with Vanessa and I, because this is what we get to do. This is what we get to do. So grateful for you, my friend.
Yeah.
So grateful for you.
Yeah.
You are such a kingdom powerhouse, and I absolutely adore you. So appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
One thing, can I just
yeah,
add one thing? Is that,
yeah,
the one thing that also is, if you don't know, just say, if you're not going to be running a business, if you're not going to be doing anything that you think is like of significance, I think that's a lie from the enemy that would hold you back. Because when I came into Blessed to be a Blessing, I came in thinking, okay, I needed help with running my workshops and getting it off the ground. And yet God has put that on hold for now.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I do have it as an evergreen, so anybody they can DM me and find out and get them. But I never knew that I had the capacity and the ability to do the books that I've done.
yeah.
I never knew that I could even, my we do a Sunday gathering. Even the ministering in that changed, because the confidence, I think that's the word, the confidence that we get
Mm,
from the fellowship and Wendy's mentoring has helped me to up level like I never thought I could. It has helped me to. So if you're sitting there and you think, I don't have a ministry and I don't have this and I don't have that and I don't have the other thing, well, then you need to be in here, because this is a place of discovery.
yeah,
This is the place where God will lead you to what he's asking you to do, the purpose, the plan, the ministry, being a housewife. It doesn't matter what it is. Do you know what I mean? Being a pastor, being whatever it is that God is calling you to do. And even if at this moment in time, and that was me, I'll say to Ben, I don't know who I'm supposed to be talking to. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And yet God has revealed over this year, he's revealed so much and so many different avenues that I have to think, okay, wait, because I can't catch up. I can't catch up. And it's not necessary ministry that's on a stage.
yeah,
It's just what God's calling. It could be just like we now have a prayer meeting once a month. That is such a powerful place to be. So maybe God's calling you to just start a prayer meeting in your home, or he's just calling, but you still need that confidence. You still need that encouragement. And with Blessed to Bless, best to be a blessing, that is where you'll get it. So don't sit on the fence. Don't say no. Say, yes, I'm jumping in right now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's actually how I started. That was my heart when I started. I'm like, I had gone and done, like Vanessa said, we met in another entrepreneurial, and it was very succinctly a kingdom entrepreneurial focus, business focus. And so we came with like, we want to start businesses. And yet there was this undercurrent of like, what does that actually mean in this season? But then what God does is just takes our intention and he transforms it into the what he had planned in the first place,
Yeah.
which is incredible. Like God thinks way bigger than we do. He dreams bigger than we do. He draws us further than we could possibly come up with our own, right? So it's that more you can ask or imagine. And he does that in real time, but it takes the yes. God doesn't override our free will, right? He
No.
doesn't. He doesn't override our free will. So we have to show up with our yes. We have to say yes and get in the room. And then God does something with that, right? We got to give him the offering
Yeah.
and let him bless the offering. And so I'm so glad you said yes, my friend. I'm so glad you said yes. Our lives are literally not the same.
Yeah.
One, because of the way we know each other, but also what God has been doing momentously, like it's
Yeah.
just a beautiful rhythm of momentum.
Yeah.
It's so lovely. It's
Yeah.
so lovely. He's such a stream of living water. Yeah.
Yeah. And those, and I know that Wendy's also got, we have a portal, so if you can't make it to a live, you can't get involved, you can watch the replay, you can watch it, do you know what I mean? And she encourages all of us, I mean, to DM her if we watch the live and we can't get to there. There's no shame in that. There's nothing that you can't, but you can still get the input, and that's the beauty. Whereas most mentoring places that you go to a live, it's not recorded, you don't get to see it again, you don't get to be in the flow of it. And yet Wendy has the offer of not only being live, but also of sometimes, because I can't write and listen, I get so much. I might do a bullet point here or there, and I get so much. But if I really need to dig deeper into it, I go back and I watch the replay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I learn all over again, and I hear something new, and I hear something added, and that's all incorporated in what you're getting, and then the freebies as well.
Yeah.
There's freebies there as well. So so you do, honestly, you get so much for what you're paying. You do get a lot of it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for all of that, Vanessa. I know that, a lot of us, when we get to the age and stage that we're at, right? We're in our 40s, we're in our 50s, we're in our 60s. And there becomes this like, what's the best way to say it? Like we feel like let me put it this way. We know full well we have less in front of us than we have behind us, and yet we're not old. And so there's this peculiar kind of dichotomy going on inside of us that speaks to the urgency of the now, and yet at the same time we're familiar with the waiting. And so would you say that in that place, my friend, like it's go time? Would you say it
Yeah.
like that? Like it's
Yeah.
like get out of our own way,
Yeah.
say yes, do what
Yeah.
God's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think the go time is not always particularly to go and write a book or go and run a workshop. I think the go time is it's time for you to know and have the confidence of what God's calling you
Yeah.
to, no matter what it is, no matter what it looks like. Because not all of us are called to do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm not doing my part, then how can you be blessed? If you're not doing your part, how can somebody else not be blessed? So I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we actually call to. I think we have to get to a place where we say, it's for me. It's my confidence in God. But it's not just the confidence in God. It's the growth in God that you wouldn't get else anywhere else. Do you know what I mean? It's because it is focused on mentoring you as a woman who's got a calling on her life, no matter what it looks like, and you need to grow in that.
Yeah.
You can't expect a 2-year-old that's toddling around to run a marathon, but
Mhm.
yet somebody can walk alongside that 2-year-old and train them up to run a marathon.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you need. That's what you need to understand about what Wendy is offering us is she doesn't run the marathon for us, but she's quite prepared to walk alongside us and teach us and train us to run the marathon. And everybody has different size marathons. Everybody's got different. Yours could be a swimming one, the other one could be a running one, somebody else's could be something else.
Yeah.
But everybody has a marathon that they have to run. So
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a good race. We've got a good race to run. Let's do it really, really well.
Yeah,
And God's calling us now. And
yeah,
the other piece that I want to say before we conclude is that we've also at this age and stage, we're fully aware. We've done this long enough that we know God loves us too much to leave us where he's found us. And so he will bring us back around to an invitation to circle the mountain again, learn the lesson again, take it deeper, build that trust, because we know that delayed obedience is disobedience, and he loves us too much to leave us in our disobedience. So what he'll do is he'll bring us back around and lovingly go, actually, can I have your yes now? And we've done this long enough that we've said no enough times. We've delayed our obedience, right? Enough times. And now it's like, okay, I'm older now. I understand now. I've had enough life now. I've gone through enough now. I'm over it. I just want to do what God's doing so that I can have the best life that I can possibly have. And it's that. And I know that that's a lot of our heart. And then we get stuck in, well, I don't know how. Like, what am I missing? What's the piece? It's that piece. And I'm just so grateful that God keeps giving us downloads each and every week, that we get to walk out the blessed to be a blessing rhythm inside of blessed to be a blessing coaching and community, because that is the design. We're to be blessed first. It's for us first, right? We can't give away what we don't have. So we get blessed first, and then it's meant for somebody,
yeah,
right? It's meant for somebody. It's exactly what you had said earlier, Vanessa. It's meant for somebody. The assignment on our life is for us and for somebody. So we get the opportunity to partner with God on this. What a beautiful rhythm that is. And so I love that we get to get in that flow. I love that he's a stream of living water. I love that we get to link arms and do life together. I love that we get to catch his breath to catch our own. I love. What a privilege and an honor. I'm so grateful for you, my friend. We could do this literally all day long. We could testify all day long of what God's doing in this season. And so for those who jumped on live, thank you, bless you, bless you, bless you. For those catching replay, let us know, what did you receive? What is the gold that God is pulling out for you right now? Maybe it's a phrase, maybe it's a word, maybe it's this heart stirring. God is stirring you now and going, these are my girls. This is where I need to go in order to walk out what you have for me in this season. And so if that's the case, my friend, you can either DM me, links are in bio, founding member pricing now, blessed to be a blessing.ca. Adore you all. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see you next time. All right, bless you.
bye,
See you later. Bless you, bless you,
bye.
bless you. Bye.